bigger guy that likes to run around a bit. What sort of emphasis does that give to you, being one of the bigger guys in the linebacking core, that saying, hey, we got to put a spy on him. I might be the guy that's got to be chasing him around all afternoon.
I mean, if that's the case, then I'm up for it. I mean, I think I'm not really too worried about it. I think right now I'm more focused on our game plan and what we need to do to stop what they give us. So
what sort of challenges is it that they present?
I mean, he's a good player. I mean, you can see it. I mean, they win games. He does well. He does move well for his size. He is. I mean, I think he's honestly about my size. So I think watching him play, he does bring a lot to the table. So I think it's I don't know. It's interesting to see what's going to happen.
Shea, Morgantown kid, so first Mountaineer game you attended, do you remember?
Oh, I mean, I was super young, and then, I remember I got a picture with my dad, and I think I was maybe 5 or 6, and then I actually didn't attend, another game for a really long time because we moved to Pittsburgh, and I think my next game I came to was when I came for a visit, and they asked me to come to a game. So there was a big gap there, but I remember I was extremely young.
When did you guys move back from Pittsburgh to Morgantown?
Oh, I was in, I think, elementary school, and we moved back, and that's when I started, I started playing football here, and that was when things started, progressing. I have my mom's side of the family is all from Pittsburgh, so that's where, I did most of my growing up.
Biggest challenge playing with David, because he does take risks and you got to cover him, and what's the biggest challenge?
The biggest thing I tell David is just go play your game. I mean, this defense is yours. You are the guy out there. So when he does certain things in practice, he's like, he said he'll tell me what he's gonna do in the game, and I'll say, all right, well, whatever you do, I'm gonna fix. So it's interesting to see, because sometimes he'll do it one time and then the next time he'll do it completely different. So being patient, I think, is one of the big things. Playing Mike, especially playing with David, because he's can be such a sporadic player sometimes. So I think, it works out, obviously. I mean, he's a hell of a linebacker. He's a hell of a player. And I think that, with what he does, I think it works out. I think just being smart and understanding that he's going to do different things.
But as a Mike, you got to cover his gap when he's
I do.
How many times did you have to do that against Baylor?
I mean, I don't really think about it because, I watch, when we watch the pass film, I'm like, if he goes there, then my gap's out there, and that's just natural for me just to, for me, just playing my gap is my role, so that's what I try and do. So.
But that's something that you just can't go in there and
you
have to play with him to figure out what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
Are you feeling better and more comfortable about?
Yes, I really do. During the Iowa State week, I think it was a good time for us to get on the same page, and then just progressing. I think things are clicking now. I think that we're on the same page. I know what he's gonna do. I know his tendencies, so he can go. I think he has more freedom now instead of feeling like he has to make every play. I think he understands that he can do what he can do now, and know that I'll cover his ass.
Gibby has said that Mike is your natural position, but you've had to play a little bit of Sam, a little bit of Will. How's that helped you?
Well, I think the biggest thing is just knowing what everybody else's responsibilities are. So being able to play Sam and knowing that, the Mike has this gap and the Will has this gap is able to let me flow, I guess. So now when I'm playing Mike, I just know where my help is. So I think it's really helped me a lot playing the other positions, because now I can say, well, these two guys are supposed to be here, and that's just where I fit in.
Yeah. And I know Thursday, Tom was trying to go. When did you learn, or when did you find out, hey, you got to go? Or did you know beforehand? Were you getting the practice reps during the week?
He was practicing during the week. I didn't know till Wednesday, and it wasn't I still wasn't sure until Thursday before we went out for pregame. There were talks I'm not going, and then I was like, oh well, it was a game time decision, honestly.